about where like people are preloading their sequences like after their full hops.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about something similar last week, me and Shabo, and like I feel like that's just like outside of just like improving it for your own play, I think it's something really important to notice for other people's play as well. Like a lot of people have their sequences thought out already, and if you see, are they doing like feedback drills into approach or feedback drill into stuffing aerial or stuff like that? And a lot of people don't mix that up. And I was like, after talking with Shabo about it, I was watching some top player Fox Ditto, and then like after stock 2, I could like predict with like very high accuracy when they would attack, like with like 85% accuracy, just because they hadn't mixed up their sequences from the first 2 stocks. So I think that identifying that is a good way for like crushing your opponent, besides just being a good way for you to improve.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep a lookout for that more. Hopefully I can actually test it out over net play after I set up this Ethernet and everything like that.
Yeah, I think it's cool to just like, I like targeting people in that way. Because like it's not like the problems we have are very unique. Like a lot of people are going to have the same kind of problems that we have. So just beat them for those problems that we have or that we used to have.
Yeah, I feel that. Oh, also I figured I was talking with Hacks about this on a little bit of an unrelated note, but like fadeaway, like short hop drill into like an immediate JC shine is like it beats so many attempts to like whiff punish you because of how fast it is. So I feel like that's been the wave that I've just been practicing with my CRT since I can't do anything else. But I thought you guys might be interested because
that's something that I struggle. I played Aklo in January, and that's something that I struggled to beat.
Yeah, I was gonna say Aklo hit me a lot of times with stuff like JC Shine that I just wasn't really expecting. It does seem really good.
It seems really, really good.
Yeah, I think it's like definitely the wave because like if you think about like how fast like an immediate forward JC shine is after a like short hop drill, like whatever aerial you're putting out, like unless you hit it during the 4 frames of like the drill like landing on a fadeaway, then you're gonna get blown up and probably miss the tech also.
Well, it loses the drill, but I don't see how else to really beat that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would lose to a lot of aerial, a lot of like, aerials in that area, but it's like a lot. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the relative frame advantage, but definitely would lose to aerials. It would lose to like full hops around that area.
Yeah, definitely it would lose. It's subject to full hops. I was talking more from like a lateral, horizontal, like short hop approaches or running shines and stuff like that.
A lot of the thing is a lot of times people try to punish a dash back or something after these fade in aerials. So that's why if they're trying to do that, then the JC Chan catches them. But if they're just trying to punish another type of run in, or they're just trying to like dash dance and stuff. I mean, dash dance it wouldn't really hit, but like it would lose to like some fade away aerials the other way, some sort of aerials. But it's just less likely that option is chosen. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I definitely think it's definitely not in the meta yet, so something to get early on in. But to this, I never thought Absentpage and SFAT played, so I'm actually really excited to see this. What?
I probably saw it when it happened, but I haven't.
I don't even know who wins. Don't say it.
I'm sure Absentpage wins.
Yeah, probably. This just seems like when he. Actually, no. I think SFAT might have won this tournament. So
I would bet SFAT on this. I feel like it's because everyone thinks.
I think SFAT won like all the fight for SoCal, so that's why I would also think. But anyway, we can just watch.
Yeah, let's see. I'm curious because I also don't fully. Yeah, I'm curious. I haven't really broken down SFAT's Fox either, so I'm curious to look at both of them and how they kind of play off of each other.
It seemed like you wanted to look at basically how SFAT deals with Absentpage's like defensiveness.
Yeah, and SFAT tends to have like more simple options rooted in like just like good game understanding.
See SFAT's intentions a lot of times.
Yeah. All right, let's get started.
Let's get cracking.
Everyone can see it moving.
Yeah.
No.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that black and white fist pump. Let's go, 2020.
Yeah, let's go.
When was this? Probably 2019.
Probably 2019.
All right, so let's...
Actually, definitely not 2019. But yeah.
Interesting. Wait,
okay, it's choppy for me. Is it choppy for you?
It's not choppy for me. Is it choppy for you
I
guys?
know. I know.
It's not choppy for me. But look at this wave dash back that Absentpage did in response to like. This is interesting to me.
I mean, I think even before that, the whole thing starts when SFAT does that fade in drill, right? So that would catch Absentpage if he's going to run in. Absentpage, like I said, probably not one to run in a lot. So Absentpage pressures it by running forward, right? But he's not going to try to punish it directly.
Yeah.
SFAT thinks he might try to punish it directly, so he does the full hop over it. But Absentpage is like very mobile still while dashing forward and reactive, and then he like dash back shines.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I'm surprised that SFAT didn't like put out a bear or anything, but maybe he wasn't ready to because
I think SFAT probably didn't put out a bear because he realized that. Well, he didn't think Absentpage was going to wave dash back, right? I don't think he can react to that. So he sees Absentpage run forward.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, there's no
like a lot of times he would put out a bear and like Absentpage would just be out of range of it because he's dashing forward.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, Absentpage dash or wave dash back. But like that would have had to been a pretty hard read. Also, he could have if he did bear, the shine probably still hits, like because he's holding down with the wave dash and then he just down shines.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
Sure. Easy. Right, but it all started, I think, the thing was SFAT tried to catch Absentpage running in, I think is the important thing, right, with the short hop drill. And that's how, like, Absentpage originally got the relative frame advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything starts from there.
It was interesting to see SFAT push really hard with that full hop, actually. But I guess full hopping through, like, the side platform is... like
it's tricky.
It's tricky. It's not something that I like wouldn't expect in like a 2020 Fox or 2019 Fox, but like, you know,
I mean,
it gives you the mix up of possibly landing on the side platform as well.
Well, I mean, to me, he's full hopping because he just whiffed an aerial, right, and he wants to stay safe after whiffing an aerial, and then everything after that is just kind of like trying to react to Absentpage while still going.
Well, but he could have been. Oh, because he thought Absentpage was going to run in after the fadeaway drill, so full hopping.
Which he did, and he did. Absentpage did run in after it.
Yeah.
Which is what I was saying. Cause, like, that's kind of... I don't think Russell would have run in after that, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But if Absentpage was going to run in after the fadeaway drill, why wouldn't he do it like a full hop in place? Like, this is more of flop is more of an aggressive thing to me than it is a defensive thing. Like, if I thought someone's going to run in and I want a full hop...
I don't know. I would have thought a full hop in place would have been good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he thought... Yeah, it seems weird to me.
Yeah, it's more the advancement of the full hop that is catching me.
Yeah.
Is making me wonder if he's trying to be like slick about it. But yeah, I don't know.
Just like full hops at this percent aren't super good, just because like you have to hit with drill. Like back here might get you killed.
You do have to hit with drill, but also like you can hit with drill.
Yeah, you can hit with drill for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like the only move you have. Whereas if he's at like 50%, you have access to a lot more of your kit.
Well, I mean, hitting with a bear at 50% isn't like great, unless they're by
it's
the
not great, but you don't get countered.
Yeah. Well, I think it's something we can at least like note and monitor, see if SFAT picks that option moving forward.
I like that shine guard a lot. That was cool.
Yeah, that was good. Did he just do waveland? He just did empty land. Was that an empty land? Shine guard? Like wave dash down? Yeah.
No, it was a wave dash down.
Yeah. You know, I think in those situations, he's done it against ice before, but like a laser to add additional shield stun for the shine grab.
I like that.
That's really cool. Levin has a video on that. I think we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we have. I just don't think it's popularized yet, but like especially after invincibility, SFAT's literally.
I like that idea so much, guys.
Yeah.
I like it against Puff too, cause like.
Yeah, and Sheik.
I mean.
Yeah,
I like that.
SFAT, I'll find you the guys the clip. SFAT did it against Ice at the first at Genesis 3 when they were both made top 8.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. All right. So what happens afterwards?
Look at how Absentpage pressure is like whenever he gets like any relative frame advantage, right? He's pressuring in some way. Sick. So it's like that full hop he tries to pressure, probably not great. He probably could have gotten hit by that. But the next one I liked a lot too. Like SFAT does another empty full hop, and he's just immediately running in and trying to pressure it.
Yeah.
So it's like he's playing super defensive, but as soon as SFAT gives him anything, He's trying to run in and punish it. So SFAT, on the other hand, probably shouldn't be doing these movements because these are movements that this fade in drill, this empty short hop and empty fall up in center stage. These are movement sequences that like they would work well if Absentpage is going to run in, but he's not. He's waiting until this to run in. So SFAT probably should be more proactive, or if he's not being proactive, at least do less. Like I don't want to say committal because they're not committal, but like less things that give Absentpage a chance to get relative frame advantage.
Yeah, because he's pressuring the landing without actually like fully committing to attacking the landing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with the second one, right? The second one is like
he almost gets hit by that up tilt though, which makes me worry that.
Yeah,
like,
the first one it looks like he could have pressured it in a different way. I like probably shouldn't have nared.
The second one I think was better space.
Yeah, I like the second one a lot too. Like I think we should.
Yeah, that's definitely good to note though, because like I think. The fact that he doesn't fully commit even on the first one, like that's where I would lose to like I mean like when we watched Cam, like that's where I would lose, right? Because I would get hit by the up tilt there. Yeah. Or
I mean probably the second one too, right? Because SFAT did empty land like he'd start to do an empty full hop run in, but Absentpage is like I'm the one with relative frame advantage here, not you. So it's like mine if we both are naring, mine's gonna come out first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
So sorry, SFAT could have like done an empty full hop and then dashed back. I think like that would have worked, but I mean, so obviously it still is a mix-up, right? It probably would have worked. He probably could have gotten a dash lanes grab, but he's expecting Absentpage to stay in the corner, right? Which,
yeah.
I think one little sequence thing to point out is that after the full hops, SFAT is immediately committing to a committal option. So it's like full hop up tilt and then full hop dash in there.
Yeah.
So like that's something to just be aware of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think also another really smart thing is like if you look at like right because like we all like right here like towards the apex of the full hop like is normally when you're kind of checking ideally you want to check the opponent's position, right, to like determine what you want to do on your way down or when you land.
I think SFAT probably is here.
Yeah, which SFAT is, but what's interesting is that Absentpage hasn't committed yet to the short hop, so that's what makes the short hop so good. And I get what you're saying, Shabo, because it's like he only commits to the short hop when he's landing, so if they're already like have a premeditated action.
I don't think SFAT, I don't think he could have reacted to like that at this point.
Yeah, no, it's definitely unreactable.
Yeah,
like Absentpage didn't give SFAT any information on his way down to the full hop, which is I think what foxes look for, right? Like it's just like in the like as a good player you're looking for that at the apex of this full hop, right? Like that's the point of doing this, right?
Yeah. Well, it's also I mean that's the point of doing it. You're right during it, and then if Absentpage had a run, he could have like fallen with a drill.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main point.
All right, so Absentpage gets shine. Okay, misses the thunders.
Sure. Corner pressure.
Yeah, so I guess he just baits out the spot dodge. Yeah. Oh, here it is again.
He did empty short hop. I think they're pretty cool.
Oh, you said
Shabo likes that.
The empty short hop, yeah. I think he could have probably pressured a little bit more there, but it's insane.
I have empty short hop as an option.
I mean,
never really thought about that.
Also the full hop over full hop is also a big, Shabo thing.
Yeah,
he landed with a full hop, you full hop over it, so it beats this like empty full hop up tilt thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, shield, but ideally he should be able to. He could have full hopped earlier.
But look at what happens after. Well, I guess before that, when he did the empty short hop, he could have set a reaction point. Because it looks like he up tilts right after the short hop.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Could have pressured him a little more there.
Yeah.
I think he's gone back a little too far. But I mean,
because if you think about what they're gonna do after your empty short hop, they're definitely not gonna run in and running shine you. And that's something I've been having to work on. Like, I'll set up some sort of baits. Like, I do the empty short ups as well. Or, like, I'll do, like, a fade back near a grab happy player. And you just got to remember to set the reaction point and play the full mix up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to what I was saying before. But so far, a lot of this is, in the beginning, it's just SFAT whiffing things in center stage that aren't, like, truly punishable, but, they're giving Absentpage relative frame advantage or some way to pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Shadow Shield was pretty good there.
Yeah, I think here just
that was a great way to shield.
I think Absentpage could have controlled his drift a little bit more to hit with like the backwards hitbox of Nair to just like establish a little bit more shield pressure. That's something I've been thinking. Like I don't see really like a lot of Foxes do. Is just like really trying to control.
I mean, he did a bear there, so he would be out of range if like any Shen had a shield or anything.
Yeah.
That is true. You think he still could have done that with a Nair? Maybe.
I think he could have gotten. I think we've seen Foxes for full hop curl a little bit more with like crush and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just not saying it. I'm not saying that the bear is a bad option. I'm just saying that like, depending on whether like it makes more sense for Absentpage to bear here because it's just like okay, like we're just going back into like neutral situation.
Let me make sure I don't get turned out of shield, right? Let me actually get some shield pressure in.
But if you wanted to take like a little bit more of a gamble at the moment, like I think landing with a Nair would be justified as well.
Yeah, I mean you could do a late Nair and it would be save pressure if you do it late.
Yeah.
Which it probably would be.
See, these full hop patterns from SFAT. It's 4 in a row where it's like that's like 3 up tilts and like 1 Nair, but it's immediate committal option. After
so much in place stuff, and also doubling down too.
Yeah.
Or like quadrupling down even. Yeah, this is the first time we're really seeing him play on the ground.
Wow, that hit. How did he not react to that? It looked like he did.
Oh man,
dude.
Maybe he was trying to dash out of it.
I feel this. This one hits home. I've beaten Lind off of a side beat like that.
Yeah.
It works at all levels.
Apparently, it's like
I should have up smashed after that.
Yeah, he really should have.
I don't do that enough, but
Andy should have up aired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So it seems like that's I don't know.
Okay, so this time he doesn't. Well, Absentpage commits, but SFAT also doesn't.
He tries to actually hit him out for the full hop part instead of waiting for the thing after it, and then SFAT gets away with the double jump. Again, though, it's like, sure, SFAT got the hit here, but it's like I feel like in this situation, Absentpage is going to win like 70% of the time, and SFAT might win like 20%, and then nothing happens 10%. Like it just doesn't feel
so good. Look at how he nairs this full hop. Like it's not the best option, but like directly.
I feel like I see him do that a lot. It's just like anti-air nairs.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? I mean, you can't really do
I think
anything.
It's pretty good, right? Because if he did a double jump there, he would be able to get away from it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's why I like that better than grabbing and stuff.
For sure.
I actually need to do this. Holy shit, this nair is so good. Instead of grabbing, because I would have 100% grabbed there.
I think it's actually pretty important.
What are we saying,
Look at this defense. It's like
I think it's pretty important to like pick safer things than grab.
Yeah. You mean doing safer things like that on like that makes sense.
Yeah. Because then the grab, if you start to grab there, then it just becomes a 50-50 when you have the advantage in that situation. I talk about this a lot.
Yeah. I mean, when we play, you're exploiting that a lot, from what I remember.
What, like I grab you, or I would exploit you trying to grab me?
You would exploit me trying to grab you.
Possible.
Look at the corner escape by Absentpage.
Ooh, that is so
full
good.
Shield, waveland out of there. Come on, the goat.
Yeah, because the most common option is like wave dash forward, shield again, but this is really good.
He naired under the side platform. Everyone just aerials under the side platform.
Dude, everyone does.
So
Everyone does.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I do it too.
Everyone does.
But I'm starting to notice when I'm doing it more.
Oh, try to get the super low one. That's fair.
Okay, come on, SFAT. SFAT did not look at the screen with that drill.
Yeah, there's no way that's hitting.
What was he expecting to happen with that drill?
I don't know.
That's like your, 1 and 2 Fox main kind of drill. Actually, Absentpage kind of did it too.
Oh yeah.
But again, look how he punishes it. Absentpage, I think it's also important to know, Absentpage is punishing it with a nair, right? Instead of with a grab.
At all,
Because if SFAT tries to, SFAT like fades back or something last second, he doesn't want to give SFAT the potential hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, also like, I mean, grab would yield such a big return, but
yeah, I would have used a drill, actually. That's what I've started to do more. With a drill.
Dude, but when I started using drills, Drunk Fox was like, stop drilling. I was like, no.
What did he say to do?
He was just, I forgot what he said.
Well, you can grab.
Really? Because I was talking to Hacks, and I think you just drill a lot. But I guess
Yeah.
forward drill isn't that great, to be honest.
Well, drill as a whiff punish is what I'm like specifically considering.
Yeah, he was like, "Why are you guys whiff punishing with aerials? I thought you better." I was like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna keep whiff punishing with aerials."
Well, that is the wave, but Sammy does want us to whiff punish with shine and grab.
The other thing that he told me was like, if you try to whiff punish with grab, you shouldn't miss it. Like, you shouldn't be trying to whiff punish with grab in a way where it's like you could be wrong. So it's like if you have the read that they're gonna do this, then you should just grab. And
Yeah, but then you can still be wrong though. Like you can have the read and be wrong. You're probably not gonna be wrong. Just
no, but like you shouldn't. They shouldn't still aerial and you grab and you whiff. Like that is not what should happen. He's telling me.
Yeah.
Like if they like do a waveland, like a short hop waveland back and you grab, that's fine. But if they do an aerial and you grab, like, you shouldn't really whiff.
Mm-hmm. I think an important.
Oh, no, that's not what he was telling me. That's not what he told me. He told me you shouldn't. They shouldn't be able to get a move out before the grab comes out. Like you shouldn't be able because that's what was happening to me. They shouldn't be able to like aerial and then shine before the grab comes out.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you have the read, you know, like if you are trying to grab Nair, they shouldn't be able to shine because like you have to make a read to try to grab Nair, so then they shouldn't be able to shine. So yeah, that's what he was talking.
Support.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think another important thing to notice here is the percent game. Like, I do think it's weird that Absentpage punished with a Nair here because like I think it makes more sense to go for Nairs after like 35-36% because that's when it will tumble.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Nair isn't too much. I would have drilled there probably. I mean, I also would have grabbed a lot, but
yeah,
I like drill.
Which loves nairing, so that's just good defense.
What does Absentpage do when he misses the tech? So he doesn't commit. That's so smart.
He just dash dances,
Yeah. See, this is when I think I would go for the grab here anyway, but I just have to like realize that like I missed my shot already.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I noticed of the Absentpage like just not committing when he missed his shot like that is when he beat Triff when he made like a huge comeback game 5 versus Triff.
Yeah.
Like,
what was that called? Where was that?
I think it was like saving one of the not saving Mr. Lombardi, but the other one, the Falcon one.
The script too, right?
Yeah, the script. That's what saving Mr. Lombardi was the same. But yeah, the Falcon version of this script.
Yeah.
So I think the script one is when.
There's a script one. How was that tournament?
Yeah, because he lost.
But he would get like an air on Triff, and then like just wait, like just start dash dancing, right? And I would have like tried to nair and like grab and gotten down smashes.
Mm-hmm. Triff is so defensive too, having played him a few times. He really. We should watch that next, actually. Not today. I mean, like another time. I'd love to rewatch that. Did you say you'd be down?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there's your favorite Nair, Shabo.
Yeah, it just incorporates all the stage position. It's cool. It seems like SFAT knows about it and just like goes to the side platform.
Yeah, I mean, I really hate it when they're like literally on the platform to start, and it's like all it's reading is a drop through at that exact moment, which is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different when they're on the ground and then they can just beat it by moving to the platform. I don't really understand how SFAT's, basically won this game and then missed a shine. But whatever.
I know.
He got low percent kills and stuff.
Oh, that pivot Nair was nice.
So, I mean, yeah. So when he bears his shield there, I would have died. I mean, I guess we can talk about it. But it's right before that. If you want to go back.
Is this back more?
Yeah, right here is good. He's going to bear his shield and then dash dance towards center.
Yeah.
Like before, the same thing happened. He bared his shield and then he like tried to nair for more shield pressure, but SFAT did that wave dash back and got the grab.
Mm-hmm.
I still probably would have run in some sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I would have bared his shield and then read and then like dashed to the right and read something, and like tried to pressure him that way, which is what he did last time, and SFAT ended up getting a grab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if you want to have the pressure. Again, you want to land with the reverse Nair there.
Yeah.
I feel Okay, so Absentpage really isn't committing, and SFAT's just full hopping again. That's really what's going on here. Oh, just calls it out.
So I mean, there SFAT full hop at like the full hop worked. It was like the right time because Absentpage started to run in at that exact moment, right?
Yeah.
Right here, yeah. And then at least the corner switched, and then he called it out with the up switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He probably if he didn't do a full hop drill, if he just did a full hop, then he probably could have at least gotten a bear or something with that empty full hop in place.
Yeah.
But...
And he's just calling Absentpage, not really doing anything out of shield. on the corner, which is that's what he's really shown, right? He went to the side platform before. He doesn't shield wave dash forward shield. Yeah, see, he does it again. So that's Absentpage escape route, right? Is shield and then go to the side platform.
Yeah.
Because that's the third time he's done that.
I think the delayed go to the side platform.
Yeah, I think it's good, like delayed.
Yeah.
Delay shield. How did he miss? Jesus Christ. No.
Oh, I would have drilled and it would have worked.
So yeah, we see SFAT now committing more to the corner when Absentpage is there. I mean, I think he's a little bit is just antsiness, but it's working out, right? Like the dash attack all the way to the corner, the up smash all the way into the corner.
Wow, how did he get the double jab? Oh, really?
Boo, boo.
Spot dodge, double jab. Interesting.
I don't really know what the meaning. I don't really know how people got their kills that game, but the main takeaways for me were like Absentpage doesn't commit with grab, and SFAT does a lot of predictable options after his full hops.
And he does a lot of full hops, right? Like I don't think he needs to be doing those full hops, you know.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I mean, SFAT kind of just gambled his way to that game win.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, he was trying to approach him more in the corner, but I think it was really, like, I don't know for sure, but I would guess, just knowing, like, SFAT's propensity to, like, choke, the reason he's approaching more in the corner is because he's antsy, not because he's, like, actually thinking, you know, Absentpage is staying in the corner. Absentpage is probably the least choker, I think, like, in the world. I don't think Absentpage ever has, like, you know, emotions.
He don't even choke this food.
Alright.
Wow, why would he up smash there?
Look at these dirty flow charts.
That was like the worst time to up smash. He'll do it eventually.
Yeah, sorry, I just rewinded.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta try up smash again.
That's fine. I mean, that's not great either. But this one is like what the hell is that gonna accomplish? There's no possible way it will combo or kill.
Yeah, which this up smash, right?
Yeah, like that this one it could have there's a way it could combo, so it's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. That one there's no possible way it could combo or kill, so it's like it's just funny, you know. Maybe it was no, I don't think you charged it. Could have been a short hop up air. Sometimes I up smash when I try to short hop up air, but I would never charge it.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, it's just surprising.
So SFAT committed.
I like how SFAT punished that. So let's follow up Nair.
Yeah, good overshoot.
He overshoots the Nair to punish it. Right?
Yeah, how far does he overshoot? So
he goes pretty deep. He dashes in pretty far. Like, that's a pretty deep dash.
Yeah, he kind of starts it almost on top of Absentpage.
See, yeah.
Okay. I'm just slowing this down because I would start here, and this is where I would go wrong.
Oh yeah, that's how you die.
That's how that's how I lose. But SFAT, yeah, he kind of starts it right on top of him, which is really alright. That's good to know. But dude, I don't
think Absentpage could have like dashed away from it. Like it was just like literally impossible by the layout of the stage. Like he could have shielded and like shot out a shield or something. You know, it wasn't all hope lost. But I don't think he could have possibly dashed away from it if you look at where SFAT ended up.
Yeah, I just don't get like when foxes do this option. Like if you're gonna read the edge hog, then you like commit with it and like at the very least like mistime a regular get up, you know. But I think like I see so many foxes do that, right? Like if you're gonna, I mean, so like if you're committing to ledge hogging the shorten right here, right?
That's not what he's doing though.
Here, you think?
No, I mean he ledge dashes because he's reading a full length side B, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, he wants to look like he's covering the shorten.
Yeah.
Like at least potentially be cover the shorten. So.
I think it's more beneficial to cover shorten first, and then if they prove not to do it, then you can cover the full side B. Just like in theory, I think it's
you have to read, right? He's reading one of them. I mean,
yeah, but I think the reads aren't equal.
I agree. You know, most people would shorten first, like in a spot like that.
Well,
but, I mean,
I think it's more so like what you would get out of it, right? If you read the shorten, you get a stock. If you read like a side B, like you wouldn't necessarily get it.
Too, right? I mean, if he does a good ledge dash, then he should get a grab, which should be good kill. But
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. To me, it's just a read. Like maybe, I mean, maybe the optimal percentages is like he should read the short in 60% of the time and 40% of the time read like the other one, the full length, which also covers other shortens. Like if he messes up the shorten and does it one, he should be able to punish those too.
Yeah.
So like maybe he should, but like if you think about what optimal melee is, it's not,
I mean, there is no like right thing to do.
First, it's just like doing one thing X% of the time and doing another thing Y% of the time. And I'm pretty sure optimally, sometimes he would cover short and sometimes he would cover full length. So it's like, unless he's literally always doing it, then I can't tell if his frequencies are off just looking at one.
Yeah, I guess the workflow I think I would have chosen, at least for me personally, is like call out the shorten and then do like a regular get up. And then if I see the full length side B, I could do like a running down tilt. Yeah,
I mean that would be a punish though. Like,
yeah, that's true.
No way it wouldn't have been a true punish. Like you would do a running down tilt to cover a dash back, which is fine. I mean that's a fine option too.
Yeah,
I would have no fault in that either.
You're right. It's about just like mixing in the options.
Yeah, it's about percentages. Like. Right, so okay, SFAT kind of seems like he just doesn't know what to do when Absentpage isn't doing anything. Like that up tilt. I mean, he does an empty full hop, which is like whatever, fine. I think he's doing it a little too much given Absentpage's response to them. And then he does like the turnaround up tilt, which is like I feel like there's no way that can hit. Then the next empty full hop works, which kind of annoys me. But...
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is right. Like I remember watching KJ's set against Absentpage, and like the big thing that was getting called out was. And I think we talked about this, is KJH would short hop empty land and then run forward nair to catch Absentpage kind of not doing anything in his
challenging.
space.
It's approaching Absentpage, right? It's challenging Absentpage for not being the one to initiate the approach, which I think is great. I don't think SFAT has really done that at all except for last time.
Yeah, exactly. And aside from that, it feels like he just is getting lucky on Absentpage slipping.
Yeah, I mean, Absentpage is like, okay, he's gonna full hop, I'm gonna full up in place, I'm gonna punish it, and SFAT like barely, fades back a little too much. Because I don't even think Absentpage, it's not like Absentpage read that he would fade forward and he faded back. I think Absentpage read the fade back, but he just like didn't read it well enough. Or he might have read it when he faded back slightly.
I kind of disagree, because if you kind of think about it, if you have the time to beat up tilt, you have to change, but it loses to like full hop, empty hop. So that's why it's a strong mix-up, I think, actually. Like, think about how you would punish someone doing an up tilt, right? You have to grab it, like, as he's doing the up tilt right after. So if he does the up tilt and then he empty hops, then he has to, let's say Absentpage times it to beat the up tilt, he'll just dash dance away, and he won't even be able to grab it. So
but if one person is in lag doing an up tilt and the other person is dash dancing, the person dash dancing has an advantage. They don't have to directly try to punish the up tilt. They can, like, read other things, like, with a nair that punishes if he does an up tilt, or it would hit him if he dashed back, or if it would hit him or it would pressure him if he shielded, and it would be an overall like plus positive situation. Like not necessarily get a hit all the time, but I don't think it's as black and white as reading just like, oh, he's gonna up tilt.
That's fair.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that like the few times Absentpage has tried to directly call out the full hop landing, he's gotten punished for it, because every other time like this nair isn't really challenging the up tilt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that nair is that great, because I don't think it really is challenging much. Like,
yeah, it doesn't really challenge anything.
It also doesn't give you anything at this percent.
Yeah.
I think.
But I mean, I like that he tried to call out the full hop there. I mean, I guess SFAT just drifted better, but I don't know. Okay, there SFAT tried to run in. Let's see what happened.
Yeah.
It chopped a little. Okay, it's just weird stuff. I'm sure the full hop was an accident.
Wait, which full hop are you talking about?
Rolled towards center.
Are we desynced? What time are you guys at?
I don't think it's possible to be desynced.
Yeah, we're watching your stream, man.
Oh yeah.
We're at 5:21.
I don't know how this works. You think I know? You think I
thinks everything can desync. That should have been an up smash, but he could.
Well,
I feel like SFAT's just addicted to up tilt and full hop.
Yeah.
It's so good, but think about it on FD, like, it's just so good. You get an up tilt.
No, on FD is the scariest. That's where you die.
Oh, but they have to read it so hard, and if they do like a nair and you're at low percent, they don't get much. It's just so good.
I just feel
They
like
do have to read it hard, but I think the reason it's good is because people read it harder than they need to. I mean, I think that. Like, everyone reads it really hard with a grab, and they miss the grab, and then the person who up tilted, like, they get something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like reading things with running shine and reading things with like aerials or like late aerials that are also safe on shield is how you have to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, running shine in particular is really good at like, especially like a lot of the percents where SFAT's going for the up tilt, because like you can like run in, like go in and set up the running shine. If you get hit by the up tilt, you're holding down. Still,
the only thing I really see is running double shine, but that works really well. Running double shine because he's doing it to ledge a lot, which is weird because he's kind of holding his own space in a way that like you can't really punish if you do regular shine, you probably just get to the ledge or like not go too far, or you're probably just gonna, if you grab it, then that's like you get a really big punish. So like I see why Absentpage is going for the grab because like you get a FD especially reward.
Oh yeah.
But
especially on FD,
like,
you're more inclined to go for the grab because of how much reward you'll get.
I just don't think. Yeah, I agree. Grab is huge, and that's why everyone goes for it, and obviously myself included. But when you turn it something that like, if you grab and you guess right, you get a grab, and if you guess wrong, they get a grab. It's just like then it's just a 50-50, and I feel like you don't need to play those things if the person's just like up tilting in place. But a lot of times it does.
Especially at SFAT caliber, when you're playing against SFAT, who's like obviously really good. Like he's not gonna just have habits that are easy to call out like every time at least. So that's fair. At a lower level, though, I feel like doing those kind of reads, you get rewarded more because
you do get rewarded more for sure. Because people will just grab, and they'll be the ones to have the habits more than like if you're smarter than them, they'll be the ones to have the habits of how they're grabbing more than you are with how you're doing your thing after. And then that's why it seems to. I mean, that in practice does become very positive.
Yeah, fair.
It's a lot easier to up tilt and like mix up things after than like pressuring the up tilt well while not necessarily like going for it's a lot more nebulous when you think of things like that.
I do think setting up a running shine is the best bet. If not, I think this is where you want to like try to incorporate a JC shine.
Another thing is full hop over their full hop, because then it beats the up tilt, and it also you can be safe on shield. I mentioned that last game too, but I don't think Cam was there.
Yes.
That's another thing.
Yeah, so you kind of full hop as they land, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. You full hop you react to their full hop by full hopping. So it's like by the time you're reacting,
they're landing.
It's not a true punish on their full hop. It's a true punish on the up tilt after their full hop, or it's a true punish on the spot dodge after their full hop. Or
if they like dash dance, then you probably will lose because you're trying to like drill like
So if you react late enough, you'll lose in the sense that they'll get an advantage. But I mean, you can like double jump away. It's not that great on FD, but you can like really have time to double jump away or waveland away, and you don't like super hard lose. But yeah, you do lose if they dash down.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably gonna try to drill if they up tilt but I like to do at least in that situation is go on the other side of their up tilt because I'm trying to read them and I'm like, oh, he's gonna up tilt, so I'll just go to the right side of his body. He's up tilting, like turning his back to the left.
Yeah,
so that's how I do it at least.
That's exactly how I do it. So yeah, that's.
Wait, so where do you position it? Like the other side. So you go in more is what you're saying, right, Cam?
Yeah, because then you can also sometimes hit dash back, but sometimes you just try to hit dash back again. So I don't want to actually say that, but yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's how I imagine it. That you might lose or not, but you can still double jump if you like, you're really good at reacting or you read it for whatever.
So the thing is, it's a lot of times if you try to react with a bear, then you have time to double jump, but a bear's not as much reward as if you try to react with a drill. But then drill you might get grabbed, so it's this whole trade off.
Yeah.
You can also react with shine too.
Yeah, that is true.
That's an interesting one. On platforms, I imagine that'd be really good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I do it much either. But just thinking about it, right? You can do a shine immediate waveland down too.
I think that's actually super good. Shine wave dash down.
There's so much lag, but it can be good. Yeah.
If you know it's gonna hit, right? If you're reacting really well, then I only do that when I know it's gonna hit. But I'm saying because if you shine, you can react as late as possible to do the shine before you double jump away, because it's one frame and you are waiting till you're at the level of them.
I'm not sure because if you imagine like a risk award, when you hit a shine, you have to like tech chase, and if you're doing a waveland, you lose a lot of frames.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tech chase. You wouldn't be able to tech chase. However, right, they might be buffering stuff and do a get up attack, and then you would still get a hit.
That's true.
It really only punishes the missed tech get up attack, but it is that is pretty common. Except you never do that. You like never buffered attacks in the 2 games I played you. So I don't know. Depends.
Well, I do think that like getting a shine knockdown is still super Like I don't think it's hard to tech chase for sure, but it's like not impossible. And
Well,
if you
I
wave
mean,
dash down, it just means that
out of a full hop, it's pretty impossible to get punished except for like miss tech, get up attack, and then maybe like tech roll in right towards you, which why would they do that?
yeah, exactly. All right, that's fair.
Trade-offs, but it's pretty safe, so that's like the only merit of it.
Yeah, that's less risk but less reward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Play it.
Yeah, I just. Ooh, all right.
We already saw
I
that.
know auto cancel with the bear. You really want to always auto cancel that?
Yeah. So SFAT does this full hop again, and Absentpage does
What is that? Maybe he probably tried to like pivot grab.
yeah.
Ooh.
He definitely tried to pivot drill there, I think.
That's messing up. It looks like all of Absentpage's aerials are faded, and like it looks like even when he's aerialing, he's basically never committing. Like, he did
outwards, you mean? Like as in
away from SFAT, yeah.
Okay.
See, SFAT though calls out Absentpage's full hop here really well. I don't think there was anything Absentpage could have done.
Well, I think he probably tried to short up because if you look, he did the drill immediately. Like.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the fact that he did just like immediately, like, I mean, I don't know. Whenever I do a follow-up drill, I don't necessarily do it at like where I'm reacting, but I still do it later. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Yeah, if you just imagine it, it's more reactable because imagine like if he doesn't do the drill, obviously double jump mix-ups become prevalent. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, but now you can just assume he can't jump because he's obviously committed to the drill.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really, really good.
It seems weird, and I don't know.
He also shielded.
Like as someone that messes up short hops all the time, like to me, if that happened to me, I would just know 100% sure that was it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like when you do a turnaround drill, you always want to do it early because like you're trying to read like a running shine or something like that. Mm-hmm. So the only thing you can imagine is that he did
the only reason I'm like skeptical is because it's Absentpage, who has like had like amazing tech skill on his page.
But he did do it out of shield, so I definitely think you're right that it was a mess up because like you don't really see drill out of shield like that.
Yeah, it looks very, very awkward to be on purpose, but who knows?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would have shined.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect flow chart bite. That's
tech.
Oh wait.
I got a hold the shot spell there.
He could have hit that.
All right, so drill, bear.
Genius on B.
I mean, I would have done this edge guard completely different. SFAT did work fine.
I would have drilled after that, at least me, but
yeah. I would have shined instead of the first bear. Like the very first thing he did, I would have just up throw shined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is just kind of preference stuff. I don't really.
The drill is the best.
Yeah, it's just interesting.
Drill has weaknesses like smash tie in and up. I've had players that do that. I'm like, wow, this is not that good if they do that. But it definitely just like they can't really. It's really hard to tech. If you ever tried to like option select there, oh my god.
Yeah, actually committed.
So hard, so.
I feel like this is the first grounded approach I've seen SFAT do. Like that was not out of panic.
Yeah,
so
really good read on the
really good. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, he wave dashed down, ran in, fade away in the air.
Yeah, it wasn't an obvious approach at all. It was,
Yeah, that was really good, honestly.
Yeah. Ooh, I love the drill. I mean, wave dash place drill in. It's just like so much adaptation has been done that like he thought that Absentpage would hold his space like he normally does, but Absentpage actually just gave up space, which Absentpage is really good at reacting to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, reading that he would cover that space.
These
empty. He set up a foxtrot because like he knew that after he whiffed, he was in trouble. So he foxtrots. See that? Okay.
Yeah, if he just kept dash dancing in place, which is what he would do a lot, then that drill would have hit.
Exactly.
He did
Absentpage does mix in those two. Like that's like the Absentpage. That's why overshooting versus Absentpage.
Stay in place and go backwards are a lot of time, are the two things Absentpage will do a lot. So.
Yeah, exactly.
The foxtrot I think is so good here, and then also like, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
That nair was so like the nair with the empty land. Yeah, that foxtrot is good. When do you guys like to foxtrot? Like I haven't really explored it. Oh my god, that nair was hype.
Foxtrot a lot of the times when I'm on the defensive, kind of in similar situations to the one Absentpage done it.
I think you use it as like a means to like fake that you're holding your own space by dash dancing, and then you can just like give up space instead of full dashing, and then you have to wave dash, which allows less punishing. And Absentpage just exactly does that by like instead of holding the space, he foxtrots, which allows him to like give up space instead of being forced to hold your own space. So that's the weakness of dash dancing. The farther dash dancing you do, the more dash back and forth you'll have to do in general.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how I imagine it, at least. I don't really foxtrot myself, but that's how I can imagine being used, and I might actually start using it for that reason.
Yeah, I really like it with the shield stop, where he doesn't give up as much space as he needs to.
Yeah, it's just really good because if you think about it, like, imagine how much you like try to wave dash there, trying to give up space because you know he's gonna read your own like small dash dance,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's so hard to punish once you wave dash because if you wave dash you lose a lot of frames.
Yeah,
so
exactly. I'm trying to do less wave dashes in neutral for basically that reason.
Wave dashing is kind of like a little. It's good, but like it does slow you down a little bit. So
yeah, it slows you. It slows you down kind of a lot. Like I feel like that's one of the reasons that some matchups I struggle in because I'm just like losing opportunity to position myself well because I'm wave dashing too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I agree.
What I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that fox shot.
I actually have just noticed that, like even like earlier in my play, like wow, I just waved. I wave dash down or wave dash in a direction. I'm like, wow, I really can't punish this. I wonder why. But like if you think about it, that's the reason why it's so weak in that scenario because you just slow yourself down so much.
Yeah.
So.
Good point.
So there after Absentpage does this whiffs this up air, right? I think a lot of people would try to like punish the grab there, like
dash dances.
but he just gets really close to him and punish the thing after, right?
Yeah.
And it's also just good it's good to note that in that kind of position, SFAT's scared and he's going to throw out some sort of the preemptive option. You know,
I'm actually really impressed by both players because that drill is very uncommon because it reads only an aggressive option there, but I feel like when you're playing Absentpage, that drill is not that great in particular just because you know he's willing to hold his space more than take space in that general situation. So it's really good by well, I guess it was good by both players, but SFAT going for that is kind of not the greatest, but as a general concept, it's really good.
Yeah, it would punish a lot of people trying to whip punish the landing with a grab. It would hit a lot of people.
Except for Absentpage.
Yeah, except for Absentpage. Yeah. I feel like Absentpage's option is even less common though. Almost everyone tries to just punish when they have like some advantage.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think the grab. Yeah. I mean, I definitely would have gone for a grab there, but I really do like him there.
Look what SFAT does before the drill is he's empty land fading back, so it's like a lot of people, unless they really hardcore read that, they would just get hit by the drill after the empty land fade back.
Yeah, and that, like it's really good by SFAT because it's a good concept, but it's really bad to do it on Absentpage because you're not realizing the opponent you're playing in a way. I like to think about it.
Yeah, like, Absentpage still does try to hit you sometimes, but no, I know what you're saying.
No, obviously, like I'm not saying in a perfect world. I'm just saying like risk reward. I would think doing that against Absentpage is less good.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, Absentpage does whiff punish, so you know it does make sense.
But yeah, he chooses really good times to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, see, that's what I would do that shine. But you know, that I think he could have true comboed that. Oh no, not zero. Never mind.
Oh, the SDI up. Holy shit. That's crazy.
20, most people still don't do that, and I still don't. I won't lie.
Did he get an ASDI down there, or did he crouch on this? Oh, he just ASDI'd. Yeah, so this is the grab that, like, I feel like most foxes do.
I mean, it's one example,
yeah.
So, look at this dash attack. Oh, never mind. I guess it was the situation before.
You want me to rewind?
Yeah, I want to see different ways to, like, that dash attack. Like, what am I supposed to do there besides that dash? I guess you got, it's so hard because you have, like, no space.
Do you think he meant to nair? Because I sometimes get dash attack. I sometimes get dash attack instead of nair, because, like, that's the perfect percent to go for a nair.
I mean, Origins is very unaware of percents, but at 34. Doesn't
I'd give Absentpage the benefit of the doubt he meant to nair.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him no benefit. I'm going to say he can dash attack in that body.
It's 2-0 right now? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's 2-0.
That's very good.
Jeez.
Oh, back to FD too.
Interesting.
I want another stage.
SFAT does this thing where he really tries to coax you to coming in. I feel like Aklo does this a lot too.
Yeah.
Where he tries to coax you in with the laser.
When I played Aklo, I don't know. When he was being defensive, it was like the easiest to play. When he was like lasering.
Mm-hmm.
That was when he 3-stocked me.
He never really lasers me at all. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I think he's like a lot better when he's just, at least in the Fox data. I think in like whatever the other like the floating matchups, he's like way better than me, and because he's lasering at good times. But in the Fox data, it just doesn't really mean much to me when he's lasering. I just like position myself well and then take it from there.
Yeah, as long as you don't like go in, like you just kind of have to treat like the lasers don't exist.
It seems like that's what he's expecting, but it's like
I think there's like only like really a few times to like laser, and it's to get to certain like percentages. Like if I saw a Fox was at like 32%, I'm gonna shoot 2 lasers to try to get to 35. You know?
What's 35 again?
Nair knocks you into tumble.
Oh, I thought it was like 38. I don't know.
It's 35, 36 if you're stale.
I only think about.
I just know that because I know Samus is 41. I think. I just know that because like I mean, SFAT is very big on that kind of thing, and that actually makes sense because that's why SFAT lasers. So I had SFAT analyze a set with me and Slug.
Mm-hmm.
He like emphasizes talking about like going for that kind of stuff a lot, so it makes sense why he lasers a lot.
Yeah,
like his goal.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be careful that you don't position yourself badly for lasering. I mean, he didn't here, but I mean that's at least whenever I try to laser, I just like put myself in the corner in like really bad ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really bad at it.
I only know about it because like every time I like played friendlies with Hacks, he would like pause and be like, "Did you see what I did?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know you lasered."
I guess in the Puff matchup, I think about that, but that's it. And then I think about it from the other side in the Sheik matchup.
I think
24% is when F still knocks.
Yeah, I think it is important to have Nair tumble though.
Oh, of course it is. No, I'm not saying you're wrong to think about it. I'm saying I'm wrong to not think about it.
I don't do it either sometimes, but it's definitely like something I need to incorporate. I just feel like for me at least, my neutral still needs to be. I want to make it more perfect than it is. So like concepts of like adapting are more important to me than concept of that concept of itself. Obviously, it's very important. To have
the concept of like going for nairs and neutral is better at whatever 30 whatever percent than it is at 15%. It factors into neutral, right? I mean,
yeah, it's still super.
Already.
It's still super minute. I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, it's also like coming from Hacks who like plays all the other situations. Like that's like where he's trying to make improvements, but it's so finite because like he's already at that level. So I definitely think you're right about that, Cam.
Yeah, just I like to focus on adaptation right now, and then eventually I'll work that in. But yeah.
I mean, no one's wrong, right? Obviously, focusing on that stuff is good, and focus it and like, obviously, everyone's right.
Yeah.
I
feel like I missed like so many interactions.
The easiest way to hit it is do one dash back if you know that when you're going for the Armada Shine. You can just see it right here when he does it. It's really good.
So I watched a video. This is not how I Armada Shine now, but I watched a video when Armada doing Armada Shines, and it counted how many frames before he jumped, and all of them were like around 30 frames before he's jumping out there. So it's like exactly half a second. And yeah, he does like the 1 dash too. He does 1 dash and then it's like.
I do love the 1 dash.
I don't do it like now. I just I don't know. I think I just have a good enough understanding of the timing that I just like.
I think it's really good if you're for a distance thing. Like a close distance, you can kind of just like run down and do it. If you very well.
Well, you definitely need the dash.
Distance, the dash dance is almost necessary.
But like no. Sometimes I do like 2 tight dash dances and then like a short hop off instead of 1 dash and a full hop. It's not good. I mean, having a systematic way is better for sure.
Man, I miss Armada's Fox. Okay, so I think after this stock, we see a few full hop interactions by SFAT that actually nets him his opening. So Absentpage commits with a running jump shine. Holy shit, that dash dance was so nice. Wait.
It kind of stuttered for me.
Oh, so good. Look at this.
Oh my god. Alright, I'll rewind it.
It looks like Absentpage is using the whole stage to dash dance, but I didn't really see.
It's happening right now.
Whew.
Oh my god. That was really good.
Yeah, and then the drill to lift punish.
Yeah, and the Nair is overshot as well in case SFAT.
Oh, the running shine too. That running shine was sick.
Yeah, we haven't really seen that much of that from Absentpage as well.
Yeah, that is such a strong option.
Yeah, it's like if I was SFAT, I wouldn't really have expected him to overshoot attack there. I would have expected a fade in aerial or something more than anything.
When am I gonna get this good?
That's why we're doing this match analysis. So,
look at this. Look at this.
This is interesting though, because SFAT's not. SFAT's choosing to full hop a little bit farther away and like pausing between.
He's not
full
giving
hops.
Absentpage a chance to like, at least from the corner.
Wow, that one worked. Okay.
That's surprising.
I think Absentpage actually respected SFAT to not do it again.
Yeah.
Though by Absentpage, like
Yeah, I think also SFAT faded in a little more than Absentpage was expecting, or a lot more. Like it was
Actually,
actually
right. No, you're right.
Yeah, he didn't fade away actually.
Yeah.
So he just caught Absentpage.
Yeah, because it was exactly what you just said, because he did it exactly if it was only a drift back.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, obviously it can work.
I feel like this is that's the mistake I feel like I make all the time. Oh,
Yeah.
Another SDI.
Sometimes taking into account the drift that they're doing is very important. As obvious it sounds, it's like something that people aren't actually doing, including myself sometimes.
Yeah. What happened here?
Is it really only choppy for me? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I think so. It's fine for me.
I'm on Ethernet. What the hell?
SDI.
That
I mean,
sucks.
we can hear you fine, so I don't know.
you sound great, Chad.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
I zoned out.
That
Sorry.
I've seen SFAT do that, like, run away into fake up tilt kind of thing, but doesn't actually do the nair. Because, like, for the reason I do
The
like,
Leffen?
turn my back to
Yeah.
you, but then I always nair after. I think that's what Leffen does a lot.
Yeah, that's the weapon. I love it.
Do it.
It's so
That's
good.
the
I feel like it's like shouldn't work, but it's so good.
It's kind of like a cheat code. Like it like almost always.
Yeah, definitely.
I played Gatsu in a netplay tournament. I know it's a netplay tournament, but I literally spammed that, and it was just working so well. I'm like, wow,
Well,
this is
especially for
amazing.
Falcon, yeah.
Yeah, Falcon gets hurt by that a lot. Oh,
I think it's super good for Falcon because Falcon. A lot of what Falcon does, I probably don't do much with Falcon, but a lot of Falcon's like neutral is like they just don't want to get hit by up tilt at all costs. So if you like threaten up tilt, they're just gonna like stay in the same place, and then they'll just get hit by nair.
Yeah, they're basically like Falcon is not a great character in the sense that most of his options he can't really go over. Like Fox can like go over the up tilt and like back air the other side or drill it, but Falcon has to fight from that side. So what they'll do is they'll time their dashes. It's basically like what I was saying to like, oh yeah, you thought he was gonna up tilt. Well, you have to time it to beat the up tilt. Falcon actually has to do that.
Yeah,
right?
they don't have the full hop over option. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have to time it that way. So doing the fake one, they're like setting up their movement to actually time it with an up tilt read, like the timing of the up tilt.
Mhm.
So you doing that nair is just hitting them as they're setting up their body language to grab the up tilt. So it's really, really good against Falcon because they
Yeah,
can't do
and if
anything.
you the other characters like Marth has like things that outrange it really well. You know, Falco has laser. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it works amazing on Falcon in particular.
I think also like watching like someone like Crush versus Falcon would be really good. Or Leffen. Remember when Leffen just destroyed Gatsu and SJ back to back Evo 2017, I think? Whichever was the one that he lost to like the Moon to. He like absolutely eviscerated both of them.
Yeah, that's a good point. I should try that more with Falcon. It definitely seems like it can work. Yeah.
It's interesting. This is how SFAT always starts his games. He's just like, he knows Absentpage won't come in, so he's just gonna laser. It's so interesting.
Absentpage like, kind of goes in, but then SFAT like dashes like a little bit, and then it just goes back to the corner versus center.
A good stretch.
Yeah, that running shine.
How much he built? 15%. That's
He's like, oh, running shot. If
that's
SFAT's
not
gonna come in,
shabby.
Yeah, that's laser damage. That is just like I don't know. I just feel like I never got that.
Well, it's interesting because
Absentpage, I think should.
Yeah, I mean
like,
that's true.
yeah, I don't think this would work on other foxes.
Maybe I should laser him more.
But I think it's interesting because he also does this thing that you said, Kem, where he threatens his back again and then just does nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
which I think it's good, but I also think you have to threaten both because Absentpage might catch on. But obviously he's not, so like whatever. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
When does Absentpage? I always find it interesting when Absentpage chooses to do this, like that empty land short hop circle. Oh, I guess to get to bait out, showing that he's in the air.
I'm not really sure.
That running shine wasn't that great. I feel like. I just feel like it was so once you overshoot from that distance, you're like kind of putting yourself in a worse situation. Not that one, I don't think. I think it was the one after.
This one?
I think it happens after, or maybe that was what I was. No, that one. You're just overshooting for too far for a running shine.
That's a problem I have. Like, well, a lot of times I do a running shine from too far away, where it's like my intentions were really obvious. I think.
Yeah, that's what I like to think. Like overshooting is really good, but you have to know a certain. Like you have to imagine distances that, or do there's distances that aren't reactable, basically.
Yeah. I think. I mean, I didn't see that it was choppy for me. I didn't see the running shine you're talking about, but I definitely understand. I think that is the thing.
He's been playing it. I don't know if you just can't see anything.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Shabo, are you? I feel
It
so
doesn't
bad.
matter. It doesn't matter. I see it. I saw a few running shines, but like it like cut out right before it, so it's hard to really see. But it doesn't matter. I get the concept. Let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I think here might be a good idea, like where like if you're attacking from too far away here, like yeah, you want a foxtrot. I think this might be the where you want a foxtrot actually.
Well, it was SFAT doing the running. I get it now.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it was SFAT doing the running shine, and that's why I didn't see it.
Oh yeah. No, it's SFAT.
Because Absentpage did a few, but they were all like fine, you know.
Yeah.
It seemed like that one I definitely see. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't awful, but you know, it could have been better.
That was so good. Just peace and then sees him coming in.
It's just like giving up space. I think that's just such a weird philosophy. Like, instead of you beat the option after, but like you don't beat the one that like most people do. You do the one where like SFAT goes in after, which like
it is weird. It doesn't. No one really plays like that, right? It's
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
no
he
one
thinks in a different way. It's
goes that far away to punish like the dash in after the 2 whiffed up tilts. Like
yeah, I know.
people will stay safe and wait for like the second up tilt to whiff punish, but I just don't feel like anyone like staying that far away.
His like philosophy is just so much revolving on like the thing after. If you think about it, like he'll use nair instead of where most people would use grab.
Yeah, it's just a lot of confidence levels. I feel like when he's throwing out an attack to like whiff punish something, he's like pretty sure it's gonna hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It kind of reminds me of like PBMD. Like he wouldn't go in until he gets like the laser that he wants at a specific spacing.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes, like, I think that particular instance, you know, he probably backed off too far. But a lot of them, I think, you know, you can really, like, at least I can, like, really learn from it. Like, you don't have to go in at these particular things. Like with the punishing the, you know, full hop landing or the double jump landing on FD, I think that one's, like, a really good instance of him not punishing the main thing.
Yeah.
He just really good at, like, his, like, way of using data is just so, like, honestly, like, it's just so smart. It's incredible.
It's almost like he's using his data to make less reads. You know, like
yeah, he's not like a hard. He's not making. He's not.
Is that another
like,
fox track that he did to like whiff punish the snare here?
Yeah, I feel like Zane does this a lot, where he does like.
This was a fox trap, right?
Yeah, that's a fox trap.
That was just like 2 neutral interactions in one. Like he kind of like, okay, he took the space. Now I can play another mix up on if he takes space, and if I read the right take space option, then I can get a good punish. Like he's playing like multiple interactions in like a very short sequence. And like the way he plays is just so interesting. Like he gave up that space reading something else, and then he read that SFAT would finally do a commitment, a take space option, and then he just got the punish. It's just so interesting. Yeah,
to kind of add to the layer of what you're saying, Kem, like I think also what's interesting is that like if you look at the percents, it makes sense why SFAT went for a dash attack here, and that's really what he was scouting. Like I feel like he was making like he looked at the percentage, looked at the position, and was like, I'm scouting for the dash attack, you know, like. If you look at the spacing, which almost it's ridiculous, honestly.
I mean, yeah, and like when he goes for the grab, right? It's like there's an 100% chance that grab hits, right? There's no like real anything at that point. So
he's not gonna drill that grab.
Yeah,
he's gonna grab it and get 25% off.
It's why and when he's not confident, then he'll choose like other options to try to punish a lot of time.
Where did this camera go? Wow, good read. I don't think SFAT. I mean, I think Absentpage is pretty grounded, but oh yeah, the lip also I forgot. That's really good.
Yeah.
Noticing that the lip is just forces you to jump because like if you walk any more forward, you like kind of get stuck.
Yeah, I think you just have to go to ledge there. But actually, we've noticed.
If you do, it's hard because you have to do a very very far ledge dash.
Yeah.
Because you'll still get stuck. But yeah, what were you saying?
Oh well, actually, before you came in, we noticed that like Absentpage's like go-to escape option from the corner is like slight dash forward shield stop into a neutral like full hop onto the side platform.
It was on Battlefield where there's the side platform right there.
Yeah. I'm just saying that like he's shown a propensity for it, obviously.
I also had a full hop out of the corner read on FD that we didn't really talk about, but he did that full hop nair on the left side of FD. I don't know if you guys.
I love how he comes down with nair here. I think he could have pressured more, but I guess he faded back already, so it was a little too far.
Yeah, sometimes making the commitment is just so much worse because if you have to being more confident in like the distance you've like if you just dash back a little bit, obviously your confidence is gonna go down there like that you're gonna hit the read. So going for more neutral interactions and taking less quote unquote risks like is just better sometimes. But like obviously you eventually have to go in.
Yeah, it's like I feel like that is how he doesn't engage in the neutral interaction unless he's like sure he'll have some sort of advantage with engaging.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like he'll play more. Like I just said, he plays more interactions to be more confident about things.
I think I think when he does engage, he's like pretty confident that he's me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Interesting.
A little sauce on that.
I just don't understand why this like obviously he's not the best player in the world, so it makes me understand like why does he choose this? Why doesn't it make him the best player in the world? Yeah, it could be, but it just makes me think like because like Left's playstyle became number one in the world because it's also a really good playstyle and very efficient and consistent. But like Absentpage goes for consistency, but it's interesting that he's not the best player despite that.
Well, I mean, he also like in 2019, he went from like whatever like 70 in the world to like easily top 15, top 20 in the like, and he only played for like first half of 2019, so he definitely was on the rise. But I do think the reason is there's a lot of I think like in the situation where SFAT was like up tilting in place, there's some situations where he's like playing a little too far away where he can like without necessarily committing too hard still pressure it. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying like basically evaluating how much I should take away from this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I guess everyone's different, but for me, I mean, it's like a lot of times, I'll go for a grab and it's like, oh, he faded away and I whiff the grab and I get grabbed, and it's just like that needs to happen less. I feel like for me at least, like there's no reason I don't have to interact in those situations as much as I do, or I can interact in ways that are
less committal.
Risky.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't need Shabo getting any better at the Fox now.
Dude,
what'd you say?
Aren't we all just? Aren't we all just
getting
moving
better.
forward towards becoming closer to Drug Fox?
No. Well, definitely steal a lot of his shit.
Yeah. I do think, what's funny is I think Moki's one of the best Foxes at like on the reacting and tech chasing.
He has the best reactions in my opinion right now. I said that like a year ago. Yeah, at least in the Fox Ditto.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the best like reactive base punish game.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's like the best current Fox at actually reacting raw to shit.
Absolutely.
I was playing him on net play and it was so hard. Oh my god.
He's crazy. He's actually crazy.
He just like hits every tech chase, it feels like.
He hits every tech chase.
I actually want to like. Do we want to do like a Moki analysis to see like what if he has a workflow? Do you think? I mean, he has to have a workflow
he's very freestyle.
Or you think he's just kind of
more like
doing it raw?
Doing tech traps a lot of the time. He's just very like I think like he'll go for the tech in place reaction almost every time and like get the up smash or grab, but like then the rest of it is very freestyle. And I think the base part of it where he'll hit the grab on the tech in place from up throw or whatever, that's from an example. I don't know if that would actually happen, but you know what I'm trying to say, like he'll hit the tech chase with tech in place grab and almost every time. It's incredible, honestly. His also like skill is just he's so good at like using advantages in his like tech advantages, not tech advantage, frame advantages in his neutral. He's just really good overall in the Ditto because there's gonna be a lot of that.
His punish game is also him and Sensei have like a lot way different punishes than you'll see from like they have their punish game is way different than like what you'll see from Leffen or Drug Fox, and a lot of times when I see it, it's like very effective.
I haven't actually watched a lot of Student Say, so I'd be really curious.
I think they're like 6-0'd Moki in 2020 in one of like the few tournaments of 2020.
Oh, I'd be down to watch a Student Say Moki. He beat Rishi.
From what I talked about, literally like a few days ago, I think Moki said his controller was broken, but it would still be beneficial.
No, but Moki, I watched that set. Moki played pretty good.
Though, what's interesting is, do you guys remember the ass whooping Absentpage handed Moki at the
Yeah, we should check that out.
Like talking about ass whooping.
I played I played Fiction, in sets and in a bunch of friendlies. Absentpage is the hardest Fox. I played SFAT in friendlies too. SFAT is like for sure not SFAT. Absentpage is for sure the hardest Fox I've ever played. I haven't played Leffen. I haven't played
harder than Hacks.
I haven't played IBDW either, but
Hacks. Sometimes I feel like I can't play the game. I'll be honest. But
I love playing Hacks.
But I'm so familiar with what he wants to do.
I played Hacks. Yeah, Hacks is probably the most fun to play. But and he might be the second hardest, honestly. Like when in some games, but Absentpage is the hardest.
Well,
he definitely tests you on how well you're playing.
Yeah,
I feel like very confident in Foxia versus like anyone. Absentpage was the only because he went to Midwest tournaments. He was the only like person like if I saw him in my bracket, I was like, okay, I don't think the only Fox that it's like, okay, I don't think I can beat him.
Well,
really interesting.
What's
And like Zamu and I have talked about this. Zamu played him like 15 times in 2019 and went 0-15. Like
Wait, who?
Absentpage is so Zamu.
Zamu versus who?
Absentpage.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
we talked about it. How just hard Absentpage was, and I really wanted to play more. You know, it was like getting a little bit better each time. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I took a game the last time I played Absentpage in tournament. I mean, he SD'd at like 0 lost stock, but it's like it was getting a little bit better, but still.
Yeah.
I was
And you're pretty good. You and Zamu are really good at the Fox though. I was playing Zamu on like a net play tournament. And obviously he's not his fullest, but like he was really good at it too.
Yeah, I mean we play each other like all the time. I mean, even and it's not just the top 4 in Champagne at one point were all Foxes, so it's like definitely all of Champagne. And I don't play net play either. Well, now I do. But so it's like it was like the only matchup that I like felt confident in. But still, you know, Absentpage is just too much.
I want to play it now so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Ben from Minnesota. Apparently, Absentpage stopped, like, you know, he used to play grind text skill like 15 hours a day. He like kind of stopped doing that. He only starts playing at tournaments. So now, I mean, I don't think he's the same now, even though he is going to weeklies. But
Interesting.
when
I
he
mean, not now, but yeah.
I mean, so now Ben was saying he doesn't think he's playing at all right now, like in any way, which is sad.
I mean,
but at his peak, he was, you know, it was very like weird that it's like, you know, people fiction SFAT like just like much. I felt like if I played them in tournament, like I felt like I could beat them, but not Absentpage.
Mm-hmm. I felt like,
God.
yeah, I played so like before I left New York as like a goodbye, I saw Hacks for like a final playthrough before I moved out, and he, like, it was really scary because I feel like it's both weird because you know what he's gonna do, but like, what are you gonna do about it? That's like what I feel like encompasses his play style, because like you know that he's gonna.
He doesn't play an interactive game when I watch him. It feels like his whole philosophy on Melee is that he wants to beat you with a perfect game plan, but not a 1v1 game plan, just like a Fox versus whoever game plan.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
That's
like
why I
playing
don't-
though, because like it just tests like, can I beat him knowing what he's gonna do? Because like I feel that exact way. Like you know what he's gonna do, but like you're not gonna always play perfect against him. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So being able to like exhibit a good game plan to beat that's good enough to like beat him even at your like not most perfect play is really like cool. Because I think IBW like his playstyle counters.
Yeah. Somehow it does, yeah.
That's what
Like,
I never
he's
got
really
is
good.
how IBDW countered Hacks.
He says that like, Hacks is really bad at dealing with full hop. I don't. That's just what he said. I don't really.
I think the concept is that when you nair someone, obviously, if you go above it and drill it, you know, what are they gonna do? So that I see that a lot when they play.
Yeah.
And like if you full hop back air, nair kind of loses sometimes, like a good portion of the time.
Mhm.
Like those kind of situations favors the full hop more than the grounded. Obviously, if he holds the space more often, which Hacks does, you know, it's gonna lose that situation. But like when you're playing that mix up, I think the full hop wins more often if you're not playing.
Full hop definitely beats short hop most of the time.
Yeah.
It loses
So-
to dash dance, right? But most of the time, Hacks is throwing out some of these aerials.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think he wins those games mostly.
I mean, that's in line with what I've heard him say too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen some of their sets, but I've never like really. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. But it would be a good set because they had a set at
Yeah,
Amon.
I mean, it makes sense, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceptually.
Alright.
Okay, I think we can
God, we need to have a Google Doc of just sets we want to refer to.
go.
I can make one.
Oh my god, that worked.
Yeah.
Chip fight.
I guess yeah because
the-
because of the fight. I fucking hate Pokemon.
Dude, ban Pokemon now.
No. Let's just freeze it, man.
Freezing. I'm
Freeze it
so
or ban it.
I'm so
Freeze it
down
or
for
ban
freeze.
it.
I'm a freezer for sure.
Oh, he didn't grab? I thought he was gonna tomahawk grab and it would have worked. I think.
It's
That's
like
what I was
that charging with up smash.
expecting.
Oh yeah, but he
Oh,
definitely
my
meant to
God.
do an empty line up tilt here.
No, he
No.
meant to re-roll.
Yeah, he meant to
maybe
roll.
You think
I don't know.
roll?
How do you charge up smash when you try to up tilt?
Dude, I've gotten it sometimes, but that's because I'm not an up tilter.
I think he's trying to read roll, but maybe.
He's reading a roll.
Tilt.
He's reading a roll.
Oh, the smash die wasn't enough.
SFAT makes some of the weirdest decisions sometimes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Let's go. Yes.
Did
I
Absent-
love
Absent
that
makes me
side B.
nervous with side B. Interesting.
I love that side B.
Did Absentpage? Wow.
Oh, that was so weird because you saw the shield go to the right and you just back here to the head. That was showing.
Oh, that is weird.
Look at how stone face Absentpage is in the face of defeat.
But then why didn't it? So it hit the back of him, but it didn't reverse.
Oh, that's a sick counter logic CLG shirt. Dude, CLG. That's a sick CLG shirt.
Alright, go buy it then.
I really don't know why SFAT won this set, if I'm being honest.
I don't know either. Honestly.
I don't know either.
That's the
I think
SFAT
it was a
effect.
good set, and I took away like good things from it. But if you ask me why SFAT like 3-1 time, I can't really tell.
I gravitated towards Absentpage by halfway. I was like, oh yeah, like Absentpage is the one outplaying SFAT really.
I mean, I think it actually shows that Absentpage's philosophy is to play a lot more a lot more situations, but SFAT's a lot more about playing favorable mix-ups. So I think that actually shows a lot that playing favorable mix-ups is more important than playing more situations and having more data in a way. That's how I take it, at least.
Yeah, because like he avoided a lot of situations. He
I
dodges.
just don't remember SFAT hitting Absentpage. It's like, I mean, he had to take four shots.
That's the thing. That's why it's like he's playing more situations and winning more Absentpages through it, but he's getting more favorable ones where he'll get more out of it. Maybe
he has like a bit better punish. He like punished harder. You think? I legit just don't remember.
I'm trying to like put it.
That would make sense if he punished harder, but again, like I don't know.
I think they were just more favorable. Like if you're playing, like I think the problem
Like
is that
he could open and say
favorable is broad. So how would I describe favorable more?
I mean, I talked a lot about Absentpage, like when you get the hit, it's going for like a nair instead of a grab, which I said was good. But on the other hand, you get a grab, you get, there's the more reward part of it. So maybe SFAT, when he was getting hits, they were with grab, and then the more reward kicked in. I mean, that's possible.
Yeah, I'm just trying to conceptualize because how I see it is that like when you play the concept of favorable mix-ups, which I keep saying is like in my head, but I don't know how to describe it. I think
you guys are all fucking up because you're trying to define SFAT. Man, that's just wrong. You can't define SFAT. This guy just does whatever he wants.
I'm trying to think.
Maybe I just
Absentpage plays more micro situations in the corner because he's willing to give up space and then lose the situation micro as in lose space. But
maybe he's giving up too much space.
I think
that's just like the Absentpage philosophy. Like he's willing to give up space to get more data and do that. But
and he was getting hit in the corner a few times, like when it was like really corner, like SFAT ran a couple full hops. So yeah, that's possible.
I think also like SFAT I think Absentpage, while he won a lot of situations, he actually didn't really capitalize on a lot. Like he got a lot of nair knockdowns that didn't really lead to anything, and he might have retreated. Like he might have either retreated or put himself in a situation where the hit doesn't lead to the next interaction that's favorable for him.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk. There's a lot of these things about like these neutral and stuff, but a lot of what melee comes down to, especially in a matchup like the Fox Ditto, is like getting reversals off hit and then punishing harder.
Yeah, I mean that is the lesson.
Right.
I think I have a good wording for favorable mix-up. So if I think about it, like let's say you don't force a mix-up, you're just kind of dash dancing. Like obviously you're gonna like win more. You have to play more situations to win more. But SFAT's willing to like play more forceful mix-ups by like not just dash dancing and playing more like actual like you're forced to like guess what I'm gonna do. And that works with SFAT with Absentpage, where he's willing to like play around you instead of you playing around. I mean him playing around. No. SFAT having to play Absentpage's game. That's what I think it is. It's just SFAT's game is good enough that Absentpage isn't good enough at playing SFAT's game, which is like playing the favorable mix-ups. Is how I describe it. But that's how I interpret it.
I think we should put on some Moki.
He's willing to do the drills.
Yeah, I'd be down for a Moki.
I'm probably done for now, but you guys can watch.
I'd be down for
we can do a quick one. We can do like the Absentpage Moki set.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. Do we want to watch Moki win? Do we want to watch Moki?
Well, let's see.
At the end of the day, it's what you want to take away. What style do you have the most problem with? That kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, let's see. Let's do Absentpage Moki because let's see how Absentpage like kind of really fucked up Moki in terms of like his options. I literally watched
it. I think it's literally Absentpage is willing to give up more space than then Moki's willing to overshoot such, not take the space in a way that he can get punished. I watched that set. It was not the greatest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you can still watch it because you can learn why that is. Because Moki's style is very like. I think the reason is because Moki might not be used to like the foxtrots that he's using, which might be it. But we can watch it.
Yeah.
Probably committed too hard when Absentpage, made himself look vulnerable, but wasn't actually, or things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a lot of Moki's thing is he's willing to put pressure and make it really hard for you to like kind of like refute the thing with like, because like before like you'll see people wave dash to punish like a nair or something, maybe.
6
and
minutes.
get a run.
Yeah,
and,
no,
like, kill
this is
Kami.
gonna be 10 minutes, dude, because Moki goes Marth halfway through.
Yeah.
So like this is like a quick burst, but
Yeah, they played in winners finals too.
Yeah.
So.
but before we get into this, I think that like just to close the SFAT one, I think it's now that I think about it more, like I think Absentpage just nickeled and dimed too much, but didn't really get the openings he needed to like keep up with like the few times he messed up when like SFAT got the opening on the full hops and everything like that.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
agree. This is not a nickel and dime
Absent
matchup.
Page's game is the hardest.
Yeah.
That's just his philosophy, and it's like really hard to execute. But like as a concept, it could be really good, but it's the most
Hard.
to be
Yeah.
really consistent.
Because he's kind of like water. He kind of flows in and out.
Okay, let's see this.
Oh, interesting.
It's a lot of it's a lot of like drilling. I forgot about that. He'll just like read when Moki wants to, because Moki is really good at like running, shining, and all that. So Absentpage is like instantly countering it with his usual like, hey, I'm gonna hold my space, but like he does it less than SFAT because SFAT's willing to laser more and like force more favorable mix-ups.
It's interesting to see Absentpage approaching, kinda.
Yeah.
It's not really
But it was
approaching,
different.
it's
It
kinda
looked like he
holding
was reacting to Moki's dash in, and then Moki dashes back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
it reminds me of his Crush set, because Crush also was doing the exact same thing. Where like, I mean, Crush was getting hit by like the drills also, which I thought was interesting.
Dude, I feel like Moki always gets that grab. That back throw grab.
Got to DI it. It's a little
Yeah.
50-50.
Ooh, that was really good. Up B.
Oh.
Edge guarding Moki's really hard. Also, I've noticed when I played him.
Did you play him on a stream?
Yeah.
Does he? But
It
he's
was-
not on FM. He's not on Discord. Is he on Smash Ladder?
No, yeah, he's on Smash Ladder. He only plays at like 4 a.m., which is when I'm up also sometimes.
Yeah, he said-
Recently I haven't though, but
That is the
like,
chem
my-
hour in my eyes.
Yeah, that's when we play all our friendlies.
I know, right? All right.
You guys are apes. I can never stand up at 4 a.m. in my life.
Yeah, just a lot of reading the timings. I forgot. It's kind of like Moki is forcibly playing his game, but Absentpage is willing to like, just drill it and not let him play his game.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect
It's
reaction.
kind of opposite of what Absentpage at the same time very in Absentpage like ideology. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, this is interesting seeing Absentpage kind of commit a little bit more than he did with SFAT.
Yeah, but I think that's also because SFAT's willing to laser more, that kind of thing. But Moki's very stubborn in the sense that he wants to like go in. So it's really good by Absentpage to recognize that and just drill in place because Moki's very kind of like wants to do that running shine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good, and that's like very good playing the player despite being Absentpage, which is very like not as much playing the player. Although he does play the player a lot. So
Holy.
oh, this is a 4-stock. I did not realize
I
that.
blinked, and then it's 4 stocks to 1. What happened? Moki
Absentpage-
died early like a few times though, right? So.
Yeah, like twice, but
It's still like it's still showing that.
Yeah.
it's kind of.
Absentpage is kind of giving him the work, despite the SDs.
I mean, it's not the cleanest set, but it's Fox Ditto, so.
Yeah, you have to be able to win when not playing the cleanest. That's like the whole goal. As a player, you can't always play your best. Even Armada's like Fox at his worst is top
Oh.
like 20.
Yeah, it's getting punish game consistent is important. Like if punish game is just you brain dead, close your eyes, and it's like you'll get reversals.
I
for
feel like
free.
Absentpage didn't play center at all. He just played for the. He played the corners really well on that set.
That's what I noticed too. I've noticed that when I watched this set for the first time. It's like Absentpage is just really good at like having a bubble around him, like more than other players. Which
Yeah.
is really interesting.
Yeah, I think that's a
Ooh.
good point. That's kind of how I feel Absentpage plays.
Yeah, and like the way SFAT was playing was like kind of not allowing that bubble to work in a way because like, oh, you have a bubble, but I'll laser you, so you have to give up this bubble.
Yeah, you have to have openings to attack, right?
Yeah, I think so. I need to describe that more.
Well,
And that
it's
also
a,
kind of that also kind of explains why SFAT's full hops were kind of good because like he wasn't getting hard punished for his full hops in center, even though they were very predictable.
yeah. That was
Wow, you didn't even need to do that.
yeah, that was a little sauce. But no,
It is
What the heck?
No, I don't know. Yeah.
I forget what it was. A friend told me it's like a karate term, but like it's like you have a bubble, right, which is your like effective range. But to like attack or to kick, you open up parts of that bubble. So that's sort of what I was trying to talk about. So like to create an opening, right, like with a punch or a kick, you leave other, like say you punch with your right hand, you're leaving that area, like that side of your chest, like exposed, right? Like sort of like, and I felt like SFAT didn't really let he kind of made it so the Absentpage had to swing for those openings and like would leave certain pieces open.
Yeah, and it was kind of favorable in SFAT's favor.
Yeah.
Because like that's just like how SFAT plays pretty like favorable in a way, I think.
Well, it's also like think about how different SFAT's neutral is compared to Moki's, like, and just like relative to how Absentpage plays it. Like Absentpage is playing pretty far away, and SFAT's playing more full hoppy and up tilty. If you're playing, yeah. So like if Absentpage is far away and there's an SFAT up tilting and full hopping, like it's hard for him to get that punish. He has to punish the next thing. Whereas if you're playing the far away game and you're playing someone like Moki who's more willing to challenge you, you're more likely to get those kind of big punishes.
Yeah, I'm very actually like impressed by Absentpage's like playing the player aspect, because it's just like it's very good. Like he's playing those. He also is playing favorable mix-ups for the player for Moki. Like from what we see, like he's doing those drills that like if you hit the if you drill the running shine, because Moki's willing to do that a lot more than other players, like you'll get a big punish. But versus SFAT, you're not really going to be able to getting those opportunities because he's willing more to jump and up tilt and all that. So
I don't know. I don't feel like it's too PvP oriented though. I just feel like it's like how play styles interact with each other.
Yeah. I mean, like you don't see Absentpage going for that drill at all versus SFAT, do you?
I'd have to look at the drill again.
I don't think SFAT. I mean, not SFAT. Absentpage did a single drill versus.
That is true. Yeah, he didn't.
So I think there is like a player-to-player aspect, but like he's like noticing that, and then he's like playing his bubble game again, but like in a different way.
I feel you.
So
well, what's going on here? What's going on here?
I feel like we haven't seen Absentpage do like any foxtrots actually. So he's really trying to intercept Moki, versus with SFAT, like you can't really intercept full hops as well. So he chose to not interact with the full hop interactions and just like
that's what I'm trying to say is like he's playing the player in a way by like he's playing his own game, but like not the same in a way.
Yeah, but this is a.
No.
What the fuck happened this game?
Dude.
Did he actually 8-stock him?
I mean, I don't think he
does.
I don't think
he does.
I think there's one stock.
This is an 8-stock.
No way! And that's the drill. Oh, I thought he was gonna get him.
Oh, he had it.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe he did.
He's flexing. I respect it. You got within that tank.
Oh my
god. He does. Oh my god. Then he goes smart. Well, then he goes smart, right?
Look how focused Absentpage is. I love it.
He doesn't 12-stock him, right? Look at the crowd.
He goes smart, so.
The crowd's going crazy.
Right.
Yeah, you can still 12-stock him.
Oh, look at this Moki dash dance. So good.
And then he gets dash dance grabbed.
Yeah, because that's not a.
That's the bubble.
Well, you
take space, you get grabbed by Absentpage.
Oh.
Dude, I love it when Marks near at me and I grab them.
I know.
It's some of my best feelings.
Okay.
I don't even know if the set is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is.
Yeah, check if he 12-stocks him.
No, he doesn't.
So
No,
Moki takes
check the fist bump.
Moki takes a total of 2 stocks this entire set.
Check the fist bump. Let's see this fist bump.
Oh, he's willing to.
Okay.
Absentpage, looking the same as always.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how you describe that. I don't know why Moki was still running shining, do that kind of thing, and what he could have changed to done it better. Like, is the best thing to just laser that, or like do the SFAT where you kind of like hold your own space and not get into Absentpage's space?
Well, I think you either hold your own space or you like SFAT with full hop. Like then you're ignoring because when you're full hopping, you're leaving yourself subject to like a counter, but you're ignoring the ground game, right? Like, but I think that with alternatively, you could do what KJH does, and he does like an empty short hop forward into like an immediate dash. Like I could probably find that quickly.
I think it's interesting though, because I think that's like a KJH to Absentpage thing. Because if you think about that, that still loses to drill in place, right? Like if you do that short hop, like you're kind of. I think the problem is that Moki's overshooting from too far away that makes it reactable. But let's say he closed the space and then did that short hop into there. Then if Absentpage were to dash away and not done a foxtrot, you could have done the short hop and then the nair would have hit because you just overshooted in a different way. So I think that issue is that Moki's less willing to.
Ooh.
He's more willing to overshoot than to, take the space and then do the option.
I think Moki
I didn't really watch, but I think that's probably. I think that what you just said makes a lot of sense. Like it just telegraphing the overshoots from too far away and giving Absentpage too much time to react.
Yeah, I feel like though Moki commits to overshooting too quickly. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't dash or take space. He didn't at all dash or take space in like a slow methodical method like SFAT did, right? He just ran in kind of, and he got blown up for it.
Yeah, how I think about it is that I think Moki's interpretation of Absentpage's play was that you just overshoot to beat Absentpage, right? Like he's just very willing to give up space. That's how you think about Absentpage, right? But when you overshoot from too far, obviously it's reactable. So he was just trying to play a game where I just overshoot to beat Absentpage, but you can't do that. You have to be willing to overshoot in the right spots. I think that's the issue. Like I just said that before, but I think that's how I interpret Moki's interpretation of the matchup versus Absentpage. So
I feel like Absentpage always tries to make it so that you have to play 2 steps to get to him, But this is what KJH does right here. It didn't work, but this is how he kind of set it up.
I don't see anything on your screen, by the way.
Oh really?
I also do not.
Oh.
Yeah, I just see Absentpage, rapid. Oh, there we go.
Really? Hold on, let me stop streaming.
Now we see Absentpage versus KJH now.
Okay, so is it playing now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so look at how KJH does this empty land and a nair again. Absentpage is just trying to play it 2 steps away from you. You have to do one thing and then 2 thing again, And it didn't work.
How I describe it is he just likes to play multiple interactions very fast, right? He's willing to give up space and then make that the neutral interaction and then play the next interaction in a similar way, but eventually he'll read you correctly and get you.
Yeah. That definitely makes sense.
Okay. That's how I think of why it's hard to be consistent with that. You have to be really, really focused to do that. I think you have to be taking in so much data, so much interactions, just so fast, which is I think something that's really hard to do. And it may be the most optimal way, but it's the hardest to be consistent with.
Yeah.
But Absentpage is made for that, I think, because he's just very focused in general. But that worked.
I'm not planning to watch this full set, but that's just
really good.
That's where the nair works. See, but here you can have a mix up and you could just set up a dash dance again.
Yeah, and you look at the distance; it wasn't too far. Where if you just don't.
Yeah.
It was just close enough that it would be impossible to react to
Yeah.
You'd have to if he drilled there, would he have won? Is the question I'm trying to think. I don't think he could have.
He couldn't have
dashing
drilled.
a line away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think here the difference is Moki would have just ran and overshot here,
Yeah.
versus KJH plays one more and then does something,
Yeah. KJH actually did that to me once, which I was insanely confused about because I've never seen that before. In our net play tournament that I played him in.
Yeah.
I was wow, I've never seen this option because I was trying to read his taking space. What's up?
You destroyed KJH.
I mean, I beat him, but it's a net play set where
It
it's
didn't really close. You beat him twice, but in the one I watched, he took a game, I think, but it didn't really look close.
Yeah. I feel when me and him talked about it after, he was kind of remembering how to play the game again. So it kind of made sense if you think about it. He wasn't very in tune with it, and I think he said I saw him do that short hop into take space and then do the nair after. He said that I was remembering things while I was playing. I remembered you could do that. He was unable to figure out what I was doing, figure out how to beat what I was doing, and then he remembered certain things as he was playing the set. So I would give the benefit of doubt that he just wasn't perfect.
Yeah, it's certainly possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always a player that willing to accept Johns as just it. People have scenarios where it's you're gonna play worse, and I like to beat people at their best. So I really don't think it matters at all. So that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't analyze it. I just from my feel during I think what you were up 2-0, then he took a game. It's it just didn't really look like he was gonna win.
So it actually was funny because I went up 2-0 and then he took game the
Yeah.
game, and I had like a
Quickly,
2 stock
did he
total
like
lead.
come back to take the
Yeah,
game? Or something?
he actually, yeah, he almost, I think so. And then game 4, it was like really close. And then like he like like if you ever do the slow regular get up and then you try to, let's say you try to up smash it, if you do it too early it won't hit, right?
Yeah.
He actually did that where it would have killed me because I was above 100.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then I won the set because of that. But
Damn.
we actually played all our games on Dreamland both sets, which is funny.
Oh, that's funny. Did you stopped entering net play tournaments, right? Or
My controller's broken currently, so that's why.
I think mine might be too. It's really annoying. I can't.
I know.
Impossible to tell.
I thought dude, that's the weird. It's like you have no when you think your controller's broken. It's so tough.
Oh my god.
I thought
'Cause, like,
mine
once
was.
you start thinking about it, it's
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah, of course. Everything you mess up, and now so normally it's I mess up things. It's like, is it my controller or it's me? Now it's I mess up things. Is it my controller? Is it me or is it net play? So it's just like
Yeah, I know.
It's like 2 of those were enough, but now we have.
yeah, exactly. So
It's-
that's just,
yeah.
that's true.
What's weird is I
took
decided.
apart my controller and put it back together. I even took out the triggers for the
Yeah.
first time ever. That was one of the things.
What were you saying, Wasabi?
Oh, what's weird is I decided that I'm just gonna have a net play controller and a like CRT like melee controller just for peace of mind. But also my main controller, I realized that like it developed POD, and so I had to remove the capacitors that Typo put in.
Oh no.
Well, no.
You know, no. So Mop Money
Yeah.
actually had the same exact issue, but he destroyed his controller, trying to do that.
Oh,
Can you just
really?
reset the potentiality?
Yeah, so you can put potentiometers in like early on, but then as the controller like breaks in, eventually you'll have to remove it. And the reason I was getting frustrated with like this controller, like and eventually switched to like my old spare one, was, and then like I spent like 3 days like experimenting with this controller and the other controller, and then I talked to Typo and he was like, try removing the potentiometers on the X and Y axis, and it kind of it feels like it's fixed now. So
It's gonna be temporary, I think. It might come back. I'm just saying.
yeah, of
Because
course.
That's what happened to my controller.
Yeah.
Like, it came back within like a week. So.
All right. I'm leaving, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay, see you, dude.
See ya.
But for the POD thing, I think Mop Money did the same thing, but like, or maybe something different. I don't remember exactly. But it kind of like he can't even move his controller correctly. Like he'll try to go to he can't even click Fox on the main menu. Most of the time,
Oh.
it's that bad. So it's like I don't. I wish you luck because I think he asked Typo and he told him to do something also, and that's what happened. You might want to talk to him about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it feels good now. I think what happened was it was like as the controller wore in, there was no need for the capacitors anymore. So like controllers naturally develop POD. Like controllers don't last. You know, they give you like a year and a half to 2 years usually. I think, but
Yeah, they're not. They're not meant for long use, sadly.
yeah, that's like
remember-
the one big proponent of like I'm like maybe a box controller is great because then you buy it once and you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I don't know. But on the aspect of getting a controller for CRT and then, having one for netplay, I think me and IBW literally like 2 hours ago, I was talking to him on his stream at least, in chat, and he was talking about like, yeah, just like you should probably like be willing to like not destroy your controller while you're playing netplay. Like if you have one that's notched up and really good, I recommend you not, use it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just don't want to like you're using that to be a good competitor, right? You're not using that. Obviously, you can get better with a bad controller.
Mm-hmm.
In my how I view it, it's better to like save a controller that you spent a lot of money, for a tournament than to use it for like practice. In my idea, like how I think about it, especially if you're not playing CRT at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I definitely agree with that. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
just go the 2 controller route for sure.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do the same thing too. Probably gonna stick to this bad controller for netplay, despite it being really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then just get a real controller for when tournaments come back, or if I play CRT ever. But yeah, all right, I think I'm gonna go to peace, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. All right, peace.
Peace.